What is up, guys? Petrified here. In today's video, I'm bringing you guys the best Man of War class setup for pub stomping, and this is my personal opinion. If you guys don't like this class, that is just fine. Just try out the class before you do actually judge it by any way. But the class that we're going to be actually editing is a Man of War, and the first attachment that we are going to be putting on it is a elo sight. Usually I don't use a sight on the Man of War, but I've been recently going for headshots, and the elo sight actually has been helping me out a lot to actually control the recoil for the Man of War. But if you guys don't like optics on your gun, that is completely fine. Just take it off and replace it with a perk or attachment. And for the second attachment, we're going to be using quick draw so that you can aim in a lot faster when it's up close or far range or anything like that. And quick draw is a very important attachment. A lot of people use it. It's probably one of the most used attachments in the game. And the third attachment is actually going to be a grip. Now, you don't need a grip on the Man of War. I personally use it, so it helps with the recoil. And it barely has any recoil, even if you don't use grip, but I definitely recommend using grip, so it gives you that little extra boost of reducing the recoil on the gun. And I do know people usually do use stock on assault rifles, but personally I don't think you need it for the Man of War. But like I said, you could take away the optic and then not use perk 1 or anything like that. You guys can use your own perks, but I'm going to be showing you guys the stuff that I use on my classes. And basically with this class, you're not going to be using scavenger or anything like that, so you get one full set of streaks and you're basically out of ammo with your Man of War. So that's why I put on a RK5, which actually does insane amount of damage. It's probably one of the best pistols in the game. It's 2 to 3 bursts from medium range. Around that up close, it's like 2 burst, sometimes a 1 burst if you get a headshot on somebody, which is actually a pretty good pistol. And now, to actually make the pistol even better, I do like to put fast hands on this class so that I can switch to my secondary if it's needed, if I had to reload the Man of War, because it does have a pretty big reload time on the Man of War, which is a pretty bad thing. But for perk 3 is one of the most important perks in the game, which is blast suppressor, so you're not seen on the mini map when you're jumping around. Now if you're playing like noob players, people don't really pay attention to their mini map, you don't need blast suppressor, but I definitely recommend using it no matter what, because sometimes you get in those games where people are actually paying attention and listening and paying attention to their mini map to actually see you. But for the second perk on perk 3 is actually tac mask. I cannot play without tac mask. I hate getting stunned in this game, and it's probably the worst thing ever because you can't move at all and it's really annoying. So tac mask for me is a must, so that's my first 3 perks that I do use on this class. Now that's why I don't have a fourth attachment or a third attachment. Usually I would take the elo sight off and put a stock on this, but I've been using elo and it's been very, very good for me. But for the last perk that we're going to be using for this class setup is actually Afterburner, and this allows you to jump, slide, all of that constantly. It refills your boost bar rapidly, and you can just continuously jump and slide, and you can move around the map very, very quickly. And with all these perks put together, I know usually if you're trying to pub stomp you would use scavenger, but like I said, this will get you a full set of streaks. I'll show you guys the streaks that I use. This gets me I use UAV, hater, and wraps. This gives me full streaks. Usually with one war and a pistol, I can get my UAV, hater, wraps, and then a UAV, and almost have my hater again before I run out of ammo with my Man of War. But it's not hard to just pick up a weapon when you kill somebody. It's very, very simple, so you don't really need scavenger unless you're actually trying to go for a single gun streak. If you're trying to go 30, get a nuclear with a Man of War, then I definitely recommend using scavenger. But if you're not doing that, you don't really need scavenger unless you don't want to pick up other people's guns or anything like that. If you guys want to see this gun in action, you guys want to see me use it in a pub match, come back tomorrow's video and I will be using this gun, trying to drop a bunch of streaks for you guys. Maybe even going for a nuclear. If you guys want to see that, just come back tomorrow's video and I will be using this exact class setup for you guys. But anyways, if this class did help you guys in any way, please like, comment, subscribe. Talk to you guys later in the next video. Peace out.